Last time all the way up here. Exhale, drawing that left knee forward, and then lightly placing your right foot, or your left foot. If you need to wiggle that foot forward just to get your better alignment for yourself, please do so. Power up your back leg. You want to feel very, very strong, pressing the heel back and then lifting that knee up. Make sure you're strong. Pressing into your heel, allow your left sit bone to draw down and lightly back. You want to square your hips and not stick it out to the side. So drawing it in. Good, take a nice deep breath in. On that exhale, we're going to come down onto that back knee. Make sure that you're safe, you're comfortable. And then we'll bring our hands up onto the top of this left thigh. Pressing down, lift up and away. Drawing back, reach up, look up, open up. With a new inhale, that right arm reaches high to the sky. And on your exhale, right hand comes down, nice and safe and stable. The left hand can go to your low back as a gentle modification. Lifting this left shoulder blade, drawing it onto your back. Maybe left arm comes up to the sky. You breathe into a pose, you go deeper into the pose with your breath. If you want more, you can always power up that back leg. Feeling that action, squeezing your thighs together. Good to take one more breath in, and we're going to take it down to the mat with our vinyasa, our flow. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, shoulder blades on your back. Take your time as you go down slowly. Tops of the feet on the floor, upward facing dog. Squeeze your glutes, it helps to protect your low back. And then on your exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Last one is a cleansing breath. Take a nice deep breath into the nose. Open up the mouth and just say ah. Gently come down onto your knees. Knees are a little bit wider, toes are together. Sit back onto your heels. We're moving into child's pose, Balasana. Your arms can come forward if you wish, or you might want to just take your arms back by your side and forehead on the ground and rest. Just take a few breaths here. So good. From here, we're going to walk our hands back forward and return back to downward facing dog. Nice and smooth. Fully rested, back into the present moment. Practice our floating skills, this movement from the back of the mat all the way up to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a look at the palms, place right in between your thumbs. On your exhale, bend your knees and squeeze your knees together. You're going to create this hollow, this lift up in the belly, Uddiyana Bandha. So inhale, exhale all the air out, then we float, nice and light, inhaling halfway for length, and then exhale, forward fold. New breath in takes you all the way back up. We're going to sit down into Utkatasana, keep your spine nice and long, sitting back, make sure the weight is in your heels, nice and strong, and then inhale, come all the way back up, a little back bend feels good, hands to your heart center, Samasthiti. Beautiful. Take a few breaths, close your eyes. Well done. Good. Gently blinking your eyes open. Let's move back down and we're going to move into our big standing poses. Now these standing poses build a lot of strength and vitality, so take your time as you build them, and your alignment and your breath are more important than trying to perfect a posture. Find your own practice. You don't have to look like me or somebody else. You need to feel and be yourself. Be authentic. So we're going to stand up at the top of the mat and we'll begin. Just a nice flow all the way down to the ground. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, forward folding down to the ground. Uttanasana, extended forward fold. Coming up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And with our exhale, palms go flat, floating all the way to the back of the mat. You can inhale, plank pose. And then exhale, chaturanga. Make that chaturanga nice and strong. Elbows in, nice and tight, everyone. Inhale, upward facing dog, opening up. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Here we go. Nice deep breath in and deep breath out. With your inhale, pick that right leg up nice and high to the sky. With your exhale, that right foot's going to come back in between the palms. Just coming into our lunge, a low lunge. Back leg is nice and powered up. Keep your eyes right there on that big toe. Take your hands to your hips. Now you're balancing. Using the strength of your spinal muscles. I call them the backpack. They're the opposite of your six-pack. We're going to slowly begin like a drawbridge, just taking that spine up nice and high to the sky. Up, up, and away. Yeah? Arms can reach up to the sky if you wish. Nice deep breath in here. On your exhale, you're going to power or pivot that back foot down. Notice how the feet are 90 degrees from one another. Alignment is key. I have all of the weight in my heel, and we're drawing or descending down to the ground as we open up our thighs. We want to make sure our right knee is pressing or leading out towards that pinky toe. That keeps your knee safe. You never want that knee to fall into the midline. Just pressing out nice and lightly here. Arms, reach the right arm forward, left arm back. Neither forward nor backwards with the spine, just looking straight ahead off of those fingertips. Take a few breaths here, finding this posture. Right palm turns up, Viparita. Inhale, sliding that left hand down that left leg. Feel that beautiful side body stretch. On your exhale, reaching forward. Your elbow can start on the top of your knee. You can move on to the inside of your knee. The purpose here is to allow you to lift up, never slumping. You want to make sure your alignment is here. Right? If your hip is popping back, you have to drop it down. Tuck your tailbone. Press that back towards the back wall, up, up, and away, right? Your left arm can come up to the sky if you wish. Alignment is key. If you want to take your hand down to the ground, just make sure that you're feeling that lift up. Good. New breath in, straightening your right leg, nice and strong. You want to make sure that your thigh, your quadricep, is actually engaged in lifting up. It's not so much about that hamstring stretch, it's about the strength in our legs. Bending your knees down into the ground, you can lift up, really feel that energy pulling up to the sky. Right arm can reach up again. Look at this long line of energy all the way from my toes down to my fingers, up to my fingers, down to my toes. On your exhale, hugging your hips back, reaching forward, finding that length and extension. Right hand can come down, left arm can come up. I'm not using my arm to hold me up. I'm using it to open me up. What a big difference. Good, take a nice deep breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to take it down to the ground. Hands come down. Check this out, an optional arm balance if you wish. Back foot spirals. Make sure that that right arm, the back of your arm is rooting into that inner thigh. And then your right foot is free to go off the ground. There we are. Back leg can lift if you want. Not necessary, just part of it. And then floating back, going through our vinyasa. We'll meet up in downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths. If you didn't catch it on the right side, it's okay. We're doing it all over again on the left side. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Good. Vama, that means left side. Inhale that left leg up nice and high, drawing that left foot in between the palms. There's our runner's lunge where we started before. Soften down, feel that root engage. Looking down at that big toe, hands can come to your hips. Turning on the backpack with your inhale, reaching up, looking up, and then finally opening up. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, spiral that back foot down flat. Warrior B, Virabhadrasana 2. Pressing down, reaching that left knee out to that left pinky toe. Left palm turns up, new breath in, Viparita. Good. On your exhale, hugging that hip back, reaching forward, side angle pose, Parsva Konasana. The further option here is to Utthita. A few different options. Reaching the fingers forward up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Look at your alignment, everyone. Hugging the hips back, tucking that tailbone in, reaching up. Good. New breath in, straightening up. Getting ready for our triangle pose. Drawing those kneecaps up nice and tight. Viparita Trikonasana. Feel that beautiful length to the side body. And then on your exhale, right at the hip, we hinge backwards, reaching forwards. Left hand comes down. Inhale your right arm. Look at your right thumb for drishti. Take a breath. As you spend time and you breathe into the pose, you go deeper into it. Nice deep breath in. On your exhale, we're coming down. Spiraling that back foot down. You can come down onto your back knee until you can draw that left shoulder down underneath that left knee. So here we go. Close up here. That left foot is just wiggling out to the left until we don't need it anymore. This is a good place to start. Remember chaturanga? We need to engage chaturanga here. And then that back foot is free. Okay? You can always kick your leg out if you want. Stepping your left leg back, inhaling into upward facing dog, and exhale. Downward facing dog. Take 3 here. Inhale, taking a look forward. Bring your hands together just a little bit. We're going to do our little leapfrog. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale all of the air out of the lungs, and then float into our yogi squat, just like leapfrog. All right? We're going to lift up nice and tall here, pressing through our heels, straightening up our spine. Take a nice deep breath in. Here comes Bakasana, our crow pose. The hands come down, both hands press down, and then we lift up and squeeze together. There's our posture. Taking a nice deep breath in. You can float it back. Right in through your chaturanga, vinyasa, and making our way into downward facing dog. A very advanced move. Here we go. If you want just a little bit more, you can make sure the heel of your hand is your gas pedal. The fingertips are your brakes. You need to pump your brakes for this next pose. We're going to move from downward facing dog right back into Bakasana. This is not for beginners. Nice deep breath in. Exhale all the air out. And then flipped, landing right into, landing right into that arm balance. A little hard to talk with all this. You can place your feet back down on the floor. Taking a few breaths. Coming all the way up nice and high to the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Take a few. Good, so next thing we're going to move into are our standing balancing poses. Very light and easy. Great poses to start with for beginners. Start by shifting your weight over into your left leg and then bending into your right. Good. You can start with your heel right there on your shin, and then slowly working up onto the shin, and then maybe right at this nice place where the heel is right on top of the femur and the foot is below on the shin. Angling that right knee towards your back wall, and just find a nice place to be here. Grounding down through the sit bones, lifting up and out through the waistline, hands can come to your heart. If you want, you can take your arms up to the sky if you want, drawing the shoulder blades, opening up those wings, your lats opening up, and breathing. Good. Nice place to be. Nice deep inhale, and then exhale. You can bring it back down. Good. Do the other side, just bending into that knee, turning the knee out. You can slide that heel up your shin, finding your pose. There's further places where the foot can come onto the inner thigh crease, but you're more than welcome to just find that comfortable place. The action of that foot is to squeeze. The thigh is squeezing that foot in towards it. You want to have that hug. Right? Everything about yoga is joining and coming together. Feel that knee gently drawing towards your back wall. Hands can come to your heart, or again up to the sky, your choice. Your breath is so powerful here. Keep your eyes open for balance. This pose really brings inner stillness. Good, and then gently come down. For the next pose, we'll turn this way. We'll come back into our tree pose, how we started on the right side. Take your right arm out. You want to be opening up here at your shoulder. Just turning that arm out. And then lightly taking that foot into your hand. Trying to grab hold of the inner side of that foot. Draw that right knee back in towards midline. Left arm's coming up. This is called dancer pose, not Virajasana. We're going to reach forward and then kick back. Your eyes must be open and you just find your pose. So we're reaching forward, and don't forget to kick back. When you kick back, that gives you a lot of leverage. Nice deep breath in, and letting it out. Good, you can release that left hand down to the floor, Right arm can reach up to the sky. Right foot, make sure your toes are turning out to the sidewall.